I had just jokingly muttered about wanting to mess around with the campus goddess, never expecting the next second I'd be bound to a scandal system. All it took was a photo snapped on my phone, and I could uncover anyone's darkest secrets. Photo captured successfully. The image froze mid-frame, Zhang Yining laughing sideways with a classmate, her smile as sweet as ever. But in Lucian's eyes, it was brimming with hypocrisy and malice. Memories from his past life surged back. It was in this very lecture hall, shortly after semester began, that Zhang Yining, the class beauty, outwardly pure, inwardly venomous, had framed him for peeping into the girls' restroom. She'd even taken photos from an angle so carefully chosen they looked damning. Analyzing target information, generating scandal. Here it comes, Lucian's heartbeat quickened. He couldn't wait to see what kind of gift the system would deliver. A semi-transparent panel flickered to life, displaying updated data on Zhang Yining. Name, Zhang Yining, gender, female, attractiveness, 90, control value, 0, bust waist hips, 82/62/90, height, 165 centimeters, weight, 54 kilograms. Lucian skimmed the basic stats without a flicker of interest. No matter how beautiful the shell, it couldn't hide the filth within. His focus locked onto the next line. Scandal generation complete. Two options appeared beneath the screen: redeem for 2000 RMB, use 1 scandal voucher. * 2000 yuan. Or 1 voucher, * Lucian raised an eyebrow. Reborn with nothing but memories, he didn't have 2 cents to rub together, let alone 200, much less 2000. Use scandal voucher, he murmured mentally. Instantly, the voucher icon vanished from his inventory. In its place, a file labeled Scandal materialized, a PowerPoint presentation. With a thought, he opened it. Scandal details, forged college entrance exam results. Description: Target Zhang Yining scored 50 points below Yenjing University's admission threshold. Her father, Zhang Jianguo, a deputy section-level official in the city's education bureau, leveraged connections to contact Li Momo, then deputy director of Yenjing University's admissions office. Using his authority, he manipulated both electronic and physical copies of Zhang Yining's exam records, altering her scores to meet the standard. The PPT spanned over a dozen pages, packed with a chillingly detailed chain of evidence, summarized call logs, no recordings, but timestamps and durations clearly noted, screenshots of suspicious large-sum bank transfers, recipient accounts partially obscured, yet unmistakably pointing toward key figures, a scanned, blurry copy of the original score report, showing the unaltered, failing grade, a written account of the internal document forgery process, down to procedural minutiae. A cold smirk tugged at Lucian's lips. Damn. The system really delivers, academic fraud. This wasn't just career-ending, it was a nuclear bomb capable of obliterating lives and dragging entire networks down with it. Once exposed, Zhang Yining wouldn't just lose her university dream. Her powerful father, that admissions officer Li, every single one of them would be ruined. Even Yenjing University's reputation would take a hit, they'd have no choice but to act decisively. Heh, Lucian chuckled low, savoring the long-suppressed thrill. Zhang Yining, you schemed to destroy me, but did you ever imagine your own foundation was built on a minefield? He had no intention of exposing the scandal immediately. Publicly revealing it would crush her instantly, but that would be too merciful. Last time, she'd made his life hell, day after day, year after year. This time, he'd make her taste that same dread, that constant fear of exposure, that gnawing uncertainty. This secret would hang over her like the sword of Damocles. First, he'd control her. Make her serve him. Let her feel the helplessness of having her fate held in another's hands. This time, he'd make her taste that same dread, that constant fear of exposure, that gnawing uncertainty. This secret would hang over her like the sword of Damocles. First, he'd control her. Make her serve him. Let her feel the helplessness of having her fate held in another's hands. When he grew bored, or when the timing was perfect, he'd kick her straight into the abyss. What truly defines a monster? Lucian watched the swaying pink strands of her hair, his gaze dark, calculating. Like a seasoned hunter locking on to prey, he exuded absolute control. Just then, instructor Lu Hanyan set down the microphone. Her crisp voice cut through the air. That's all for today, everyone. Pay attention to what I've mentioned, especially safety. Return to your dorms promptly after class. Don't linger outside. If anything's unclear, come to my office or contact your advisor. As soon as she finished, the quiet lecture hall erupted. Chairs scraped, books rustled, voices buzzed, students rising, shuffling toward the exits. But Lucian didn't rush. He stood slowly, eyes fixed on Zhang in the front row. She was laughing with a short-haired girl, packing up, debating where to eat dinner. Lucian adjusted his collar, feeling the surge of power and newfound confidence coursing through his reborn body. Then he stepped forward, calm and deliberate, walking straight toward her. Tall, striking, with a face rated at 96 attractiveness, he stood out effortlessly, even among a crowd. Girls still lingering shot furtive glances at this unfairly handsome classmate, their curiosity piqued. Zhang Yining and her friend had just picked up their bags when, Zhang Yining. A clear, slightly magnetic voice rang out behind her. Instinctively, she paused and turned, her friend doing the same. When they saw who it was, both froze. The guy before them was tall, flawlessly handsome, fair skin, bright eyes, a faint, enigmatic smile playing at his lips. He radiated a sun-kissed charm laced with subtle dominance. Who are you? What do you want? Zhang Yining blinked, her tone edged with subtle scrutiny and curiosity. Though unfamiliar, his looks were undeniably shocking. Her friend nudged her with her elbow, whispering excitedly, "Whoa, Ningning. Who is this guy? From our class? Never seen him before. Is he here to confess to you?" "He totally is." Hearing that, a flicker of vanity flared in Zhang Yining's chest. She'd been ready to brush him off, but now, with a face like that, she hesitated. This was class campus god material, maybe even better than the ones already famous. She delicately tucked a strand of pink hair behind her ear, reapplying her sweetest smile. "Hi. What can I do for you?" Lucian watched her perform, inwardly sneering, while keeping his expression warm. "Hey, I'm Lucian. We're in the same class. I just need a word, privately." "Oh. Lucian." She searched her memory, nothing. Not important. What mattered was why he wanted to talk. "Can't it wait? Can't we talk here?" She glanced around at the stragglers, calculating. If this was a confession, rejecting him gracefully in public would only boost her image. A video posted to the campus forum later. More attention, more adoration. Lucian seemed to read her mind. He stepped closer, leaned in slightly, and whispered, just loud enough for her to hear, "There are things I'd rather not say here. I'm afraid you might start crying. And that wouldn't look good, would it?" His voice was soft, yet piercing, slipping straight into her ears. Her smile froze. Lucian's smirk deepened. He leaned in further, breath ghosting against her ear. "This is about your Gaokao scores, by the way." Boom, like lightning from a clear sky, those words struck the deepest, most hidden corner of her soul. Asterisk Gaokao scores. How could he know? Impossible, asterisk only she, her father, and Director Li knew. She snapped her head up, staring at him, eyes wide with shock and suspicion. This boy still smiled gently, but behind those clear eyes lurked something icy, something that saw everything. "Oh okay," she stammered, voice trembling. She forced a calm smile to her friend. "Let's go somewhere quieter. It is noisy here." Her friend, though puzzled, nodded knowingly. "Sure, I'll grab us a seat at the cafeteria. Hurry up." And off she went. Zhang Yining took a deep breath, trying to steady her racing heart. She turned to Lucian. "Follow me." That meaningful, dangerous smile on his lips made her skin crawl. She led him through twisting corridors, finally stopping at a dim, forgotten stairwell landing, dusty, musty, rarely visited. The moment they stopped, Zhang Yining spun around. The sugary sweetness vanished, replaced by a mix of panic and brittle defiance. Her voice shook, though she tried to sound firm. What nonsense are you spouting? Who told you my Gaokao scores were fake? I'm warning you, food can be eaten recklessly, but words can't. Say one more lie, and I'll sue you for defamation. Arms crossed over her chest, she tried to project strength. But her widening knuckles and ragged breathing betrayed her. Lucian didn't react. Calm, almost amused, he simply stared at her, his newly sharpened eyes clear, penetrating. That gaze felt invasive, making her skin prickle, sending chills down her spine. Does he actually know something? No. Impossible. That operation was flawless, Heh, Lucian finally laughed, breaking the suffocating silence. Zhang Yining, don't tell me you don't know whether you're guilty. Or should I jog your memory? Slowly, he pulled out his phone. Flicked the screen a few times. Then turned it toward her. On display, a blurred photo of a score report. Name and ID number clearly visible, Zhang Yining star. But the score? 50 points below her official record. Her pupils contracted. Her heart seized, threatening to burst from her throat. But pride clung on. She forced a stiff laugh. Ha! So what? Some random photo? Photoshops everywhere these days. Could be anyone. Plenty of people share names, how do you know it's me? Still fighting. Still clinging to denial. Oh. Lucian raised a brow, as if expecting this. He put the phone away, tapped again, and this time, showed her a PPT cover page, investigation report on abnormalities in Zhang Yining's Gaokao scores. He didn't show the contents yet. Just said, casually, same name. What about Zhang Jinguo? Not exactly common, is it? Deputy section level official in the Education Bureau, overseeing admissions, specific enough for you? Zhang Jinguo, the name hit her like a hammer. Her face turned deathly pale. All pretense crumbled, only raw terror remained. Lucian savored her crumbling expression, smile widening. This PPT isn't just one photo. Call logs. Bank transfer records. Internal procedural notes, over a dozen pages of evidence. Quite thorough, don't you think? He tilted his head. If I anonymously post this on the school forum, or hand it to the media hungry for scandals, what do you think happens? His voice stayed gentle, almost cheerful. To her, it was the devil's whisper. His voice stayed gentle, almost cheerful. To her, it was the devil's whisper. Each word was a cold blade slicing her nerves. How? How did this guy, this nobody from class, know all this? Details even she didn't fully grasp. Fear drowned her. Her body trembled. Her teeth chattered. No, please, don't, she broke, voice cracking with tears. Don't publish it. I'm begging you. Lucian waited, silent, watching. She bit her lip until it nearly bled. She knew, she was done. Utterly trapped. Taking a shaky breath, she made her move. Tell me, how much? As long as you keep quiet, give me that PPT. I'll pay. 10,000. 20. Or, 50. She offered her limit, eyes pleading with fragile hope. Money, of course. He must be after cash. Lucian burst out laughing. 50,000. Zhang Yining, do you seriously think your future, and your deputy director dad's career, are worth 50,000. His laughter echoed in the hollow stairwell, sharp and mocking. Her face paled further. Desperation birthed a final, reckless defiance. Then what do you want? Don't push me too far. Push me, and I'll drag you down with me. We'll both burn. Burn together. Lucian's smile faded. His eyes turned icy. You still don't get it. The fish will die. Absolutely. As for the net, he stepped forward, towering over her. Do you really think your dad's little web of connections can save himself, let alone come after me? When he's drowning in corruption charges, how exactly will he protect you? Are you living in a fantasy? It was a bucket of ice water. Yes. Once exposed, her father would fall, possibly jailed. No one left to shield her. Her last hope shattered. Shoulders slumped. Eyes dulled. Like a flower crushed by storm. She whispered, broken, then, what do you want? You don't want money, and then, it hit her. All her life, boys had chased her, flattered her, schemed for her attention. Could it be, after all this setup, he actually wanted? A blush crept onto her cheeks. Instinctively, she straightened, regaining a flicker of goddess poise, mixed with complex emotions. She lifted her chin, voice tinged with smug realization. Ah. I get it. All this trouble, just so I'll be your girlfriend. She brushed her bangs aside, trying to look alluring. If you wanted to date me, you could have just asked. After all this effort, maybe I could consider. She didn't finish. Lucian suddenly reached out, gripping her delicate chin. Not hard, but firm. Unyielding. Silencing her instantly. You bitch, he hissed, voice glacial, eyes blazing with contempt. Even now, you still think you're some untouchable goddess. My girlfriend? You dare. His fingers tightened slightly, forcing her to meet his frozen stare. Now, he leaned in, hot breath grazing her face, each word carved like stone. Right here, right now, I want you to entertain me. Perform well, and I might spare you, for now. Asterisk what? Asterisk her eyes bulged. Blood drained, then flooded back in humiliation. She couldn't believe her ears. You, what are you saying? This is a school. People could walk by any second. Are you insane? She shrieked, voice shrill with terror and outrage. She'd flirted, played games, kept men at arm's length, but never crossed the line. Never even let anyone hold her hand. And now, asterisk this asterisk. Here. Lucian watched her panic, relishing the revenge. Lucian watched her panic, relishing the revenge. He released her chin, then pressed her harder against the wall, trapping her between his body and the cold bricks. Mischievously, he twisted her words, oh. So you're saying, if it weren't school, if no one were around, you would let me have you? You, get off. You're insane. She shoved at him, but his system-enhanced frame didn't budge. She stumbled back, hitting the wall with a thud. I'll call the police. Yes. I will. She grasped at the last straw, voice trembling with false bravado. The police? Lucian didn't flinch. Instead, he stepped back, hands in pockets, and calmly pulled out his phone. He held it toward her. The PPT still open on screen. Here. Take it. Call them now. His tone was light, almost encouraging. I'd love to see it. Will you accuse me of harassment first, or will I hand this gift to the cops and the press before you even dial? Who falls faster, you, ruined and exposed? Or your dear official father, getting summoned by the Discipline Commission? Leaning against the opposite wall, relaxed, his eyes cut through her like knives. She stared at the phone, so close, yet unreachable. Call. How dare she? One call, and everything collapses, into a pit deeper than shame. Her body sagged. Strength gone. Eyes hollow. Face numb with despair. Lucian watched, satisfied. The final defense had shattered. He pocketed the phone, voice calm but commanding, "You know what to do, don't you?" Zhang met his all-seeing gaze. Her heart pounded like war drums. Police, the word pierced her last shred of courage. No. She couldn't. The scandal would explode, her father, her future, everything, gone. Fear coiled around her limbs, freezing her. She looked at his phone, at that mocking PPT title, and trembled, unable even to lift her hand. Lucian saw her broken state. Perfect. He slipped the phone away, expressionless, studying her like a masterpiece on the verge of shattering. "Now," he said softly, yet with iron weight, "you know what comes next." Her lips quivered. Tears welled, stubbornly refusing to fall. She glanced around, the dim stairwell, the distant laughter from the corridor. Every sound reminded her of her peril, her shame. It can't be here," her whisper was barely audible, choked with sobs. Someone might come. "Can we go somewhere else?" She was begging. Even in degradation, she wanted privacy. A shred of dignity. Lucian arched a brow, smirking. "Ha! Now you're picky. Guess the lesson wasn't harsh enough." No. She flinched, tears spilling. "I'm just scared, please," any other man might have softened at her tear-streaked face. To Lucian, it was just another performance. Had she shown mercy when she framed him? Still, he didn't want a scene. Mission accomplished. The method didn't matter, only the result, her fear, under his control. "Fine," he shrugged, feigning generosity. "Lucky you. Follow me." He turned, descending the stairs. Zhang hesitated, staring at his broad, dangerous back, then at the empty corner. Finally, biting her lip, she followed, like a puppet with severed strings. Campus was still new to her. She had no idea where he was leading. But she knew one thing, she had no choice. Using memories from his past life, Lucian guided her through quiet corridors to a secluded, old teaching building. He pushed open a creaking, unlocked door, revealing a storage room cluttered with broken desks and junk. "Inside," he said, stepping aside. She entered. He closed the door softly behind them, not locked, but the message was clear, running is pointless. Zhang leaned against the cold wall, clutching her clothes, trembling uncontrollably in the suffocating silence.